Hello, I am Patrick.
I'm Scott.
And this is I used to work at a bar on Franklin.
We have a special guest with us. Say hello.
Hi, I'm Nick Tiffany.
Welcome, Nick Tiffany. From we know you from UCB, but you're all around town.
All around town. You can find me at every corner at some point of the day.
So we'll just be chatting it up.
Yeah, this is another, I think, one of the cool connections that we get from where we work. All
Where we
the
used to work at.
you know Avery, right? That was our
Oh, yeah,
guest.
he's on my team.
Yeah, exactly. Avery, I think we kind of gave Avery the impression that we hate UCB comedians, which we don't.
Totally, but maybe it's justified. What's happened?
I mean, good question. Nothing's happened, really. I love having you guys around.
Thank you.
It's totally like it makes work so much more fun having just a bunch of funny people and some people that aren't funny, but that just yeah. But yeah, there was like this reputation, I guess, or like I heard tell. We both started after the pandemic, and there are some people there that were there before UCB reopened, before it closed for the pandemic, and they were like, "Oh, it's going to be the worst when it reopens." And then it reopened, and I was like, "No, this is actually the best." I don't know what you guys are talking about. We had made a joke on the podcast that I showed up to work one time, and my coworker, I was relieving him, and he was like, "I'm going to transfer you that table of improvisers over there." And I fell to my knees and cursed the heavens. And Avery was like, "So what, do we suck, or what's the deal?" But you guys don't suck. We love you.
Wait, amazing. Wait, who's like, I'm curious, what's like the worst like patron you guys have had?
We had a bad group come in recently. They weren't Scientologists. They were protesting Scientology.
Oh yeah, that was,
which is like somehow worse. Like they came with like these huge signs, and I saw them on the corner, and they were like following me. There was a huge group of them, and I was like walking
they were
into
coming,
them, and they were following me. I was like, "Don't go into the bar. Don't go into the bar." Almost said. And then it's like they came in and they took up the entire bar space, and they were just like, I don't know, they were protesting from outside the Church of Scientology. That was.
Right, and so why were they there? Why were they with us? Were they like, they just need a little break?
I guess so. You need to get out of the heat.
Yeah.
One had a sign that said like something about elder abuse within the Church of Scientology.
Oh, I don't even know.
Yeah, it's like the flip side of like the kids being abused in the Catholic Church. Like apparently the Church of Scientology abuses old people.
Okay. Well, that's a nice twist on it.
Yeah.
That's a nice little.
I think that's actually kind of reclaiming it.
Yeah. And you have to carve out your own niche. You know, you can't do the same thing that other churches are doing.
Yeah.
You have to do something that's uniquely you.
It's a good twist on something problematic for sure. They were just like loud and rowdy for being like protesters.
If we want to talk about like individuals, well, there was this guy last 2 weekends ago who was just, and we warned him, he was just spewing the craziest stuff, and we told him we were going to talk about him on the podcast. He was talking about MK Ultra and like he was actually talking about Scientology too. He just had these gems of insanity that really impressed me.
He was like one of those guys that is a conspiracy theorist but calls himself a truther.
Totally.
Yeah.
Well, you have to get the story straight.
Yeah.
And he was at the end of the bar, but he was like, everyone could hear him talking about these things.
It was almost as if he was standing in the perfect place to kind of like reach the whole audience of the bar.
Yeah.
And this was on a Saturday night too, so.
Like 1 a.m.
But yeah, I mean, I don't think. I was working on a Tuesday recently, and I guess you couldn't call her a customer, but this woman like came in and asked for her ID, and she didn't have it. And then I was busy, so I told my manager, I was like, I asked for their ID, they don't have one. I'm not sure what's going on, but I can't like stand there. Can you check or like talk to them? And then it basically got to a point where he was like, we're not going to serve you. And then she just grabbed another customer's drink out of their hands and tried to jug it as fast as she could. which I thought was
I didn't know
a
that.
good. I thought that was a good response to that. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, tried to stop me.
I used all my other options. Let me just do this now. You know, I'm getting a fucking drink. That's all I know. And then she ran outside and took a bottle of champagne off of some people that were sitting outside.
Amazing.
And then ran across the street.
She's a fighter.
Yeah, she's resourceful. Yeah.
Yeah.
So when did you like start at the theater? I don't know if I should like. I already said it, didn't I?
What,
UCB?
UCB?
Yeah, we can just call it the theater. I started at the theater in 2017, technically. Or I started taking classes there in 2017 when I was out here interning for the summer while I was in college. And then I continued taking classes when I moved out here the next year. And then I got like on like a team that was like, it used to be called Mess Hall. It's kind of like junior varsity Herald night is kind of what they like referred to it as. And I was on that right before the pandemic. And then I joined Herald Night when theater reopened in like, when was that? Like late 2022.
What does being on a team mean?
Team is like, there's all sorts of different ways you can be like, because there's like indie teams too that sometimes perform at theater as well. But an indie team is like just friends who like organize a team together. A house team, like a Herald team at UCB, is specifically like the artistic directors, like the theaters, like the heads of the theater create the teams, and you like audition for them, and then they like curate them and like make them under like the full like banner of the theater.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then you just continue performing as a team.
Yeah, and then
Okay.
but it's under like the full like jurisdiction of theater of like my team with Avery, for example, is like our Herald team is put together by the theater, and then we'll have shakeups in like February or March or something, which is like if they like our team, then they'll keep us together. But if they don't think it's working for chemistry, they could like break us up and keep some of us together, like separate all of us, and then just like create new teams out of it.
Interesting.
Thank you.
Is that is that like an audition process, or do you?
It is, yeah. Normally it's like, I actually didn't have to audition for, I got really lucky in that like I was on like the JV version before the pandemic, and there was some like vacancies like coming back into the reopening. So I just got like bumped up basically, offer only. But normally it's like, I think it's like at least 3 auditions. Like it's usually like one normal audition or general, then it's like a callback, and then usually there's like a second callback.
Oh, and you don't have to do any of them.
No, not for actually on Herald. For Mess Hall, I had to do it for the pandemic. Yeah,
I see.
which is like audition callback. Yeah.
So before I'd seen you perform, you came into our restaurant, and I knew you from TikToks that me and Patrick would DM each other back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And you have these videos where you're like doing the mock Vogue, what's it called? Vogue questions? or
73
73
questions.
questions.
Yes, exactly 73. Yeah.
Yeah.
When did you have like start doing numbers on social media?
Yeah, that was like I started posting on TikTok in like 2021, like July
'Cause some have gone really
specifically.
viral.
Yeah, and I remember like the first video I posted that was like me sort of maybe trying to like do like online comedy because we were in the pandemic and like there wasn't like the theater, and I was like, oh, I should like capitalize or like, use this time and also this medium to like post stuff because like I don't have other like means of performing. And the first video that didn't really go viral, but it was like a parody of Carrie Underwood's Before He Cheats. I don't think it's up still. I think I privated it.
I haven't seen that.
But the first one was like I wrote like a monologue, and it was in my car, and it was like, you're like quirky. Your friend who thinks their poor life decisions are quirky. And that was the first one that was like did pretty well, like relatively. But then the Vogue ones in particular like really blew up, like more so than I think like previous videos I had done. Yeah.
Were you like looking forward to doing TikTok? Because something I've noticed, especially post-pandemic, is that like studios or whatever the fuck will hire actors who have like a social media following before they'll hire like brand new talent that no one knows.
Which
And
is,
I don't like it, but I don't have any sort of like TikTok presence or whatever. And I like in the back of my mind always I'm like, I have to be making TikToks like right now, because it's like something that needs to be done. You know, were you like hesitant to start making TikToks, or was it like easy or fun?
Like when I started, I think it was definitely like when I started, it was really fun. It still is fun, but like I think, yeah, when I started, it was really fun because it was like exciting when the first one did like well and started gaining traction. There's like no expectation, you know, like where it's just like, oh, I'm just like putting these things out here. I had all like these ideas from like UCB, from like sketch packets and stuff that I just hadn't like been able to like use for anything. Yeah, and it was just like, and I think it's also like nice to have some amount of like feedback and validation of people. Like it's like, oh yeah, other people think this is funny. But there definitely did come a period, especially when I moved back to LA, like it was a couple months after I started doing TikTok. I was really like churning them out. Like it was easy to do like 2 a week because it was like I was back home, like I was just DoorDash driving, like I didn't have like a ton of stuff to do. But then I started a 9 to 5 at Warner Brothers, and it was just like total brain suck energy. And then I still felt the pressure of like I need to produce content, which is I think is like a bad mentality to have and doesn't really help you be creative.
I just feel like I'm gonna be cringe if I start making like TikTok, like, just to myself. Like it's hard to record myself. It's hard to see myself. I think that's what I mean.
That is a tough thing.
Yeah. Did you run into that when you first started, that you were like at all self-conscious or like hypercritical of what you were?
I mean, I'm pretty like, I think I dabble well in self-love.
It's a good trait to have.
But I do think it is like one thing I did notice over the pandemic, not just with TikTok, but also before that with just like Zoom and having self-view. Like I had to turn it off. And I also hate FaceTime because I just get distracted by myself.
Just stare at yourself in the corner.
Yeah, and either positive or negative. Like sometimes it's just like, hello. Hi.
Is that what I look like today?
I'm like, okay, we're doing good. But it's like, I'm like, yeah, it's not normal to like see yourself like talking all the time. Like we don't when we're real life. Like we don't have like a mirror.
It's never,
with us,
it's never the
time.
way it was meant to be.
Yeah, and I think it is like, it is pretty weird. Especially when I do like the Vogue ones are really nice because it's like my roommate Henry films them, so I have no idea like what I'm looking like while I'm filming them. But like when I do like a front facing video, there is something about like seeing yourself acting while you're staring, but you're trying to keep eye line with like the camera, and it makes me feel a little crazy. I definitely had some like breakdowns.
Yeah, I would have a few. I'm gonna start one of these days. Like I have ideas for TikToks that I just my current one right now that I want to make is there was a sign down the boulevard before I took it today.
There are more. Don't worry.
There's more.
It'll be.
But
replaced.
it said no silly string is allowed.
I saw on your Instagram.
Yeah, and from like first. Midnight of October 31st to 12 p.m. of November 1st, no silly strings allowed to be sold or used. Yeah, and it's
like $1,000 fine.
Yeah, and so like for like a TikTok, I wanted to wear like a trench coat and fedora and sunglasses and tape like cans of silly string on the inside of the coat, and then be like, you know, a ringleader of the black market for silly string.
It's very Resident Evil.
And then put a song over it that's like Material Girl, and it's just like a montage of me like selling silly string or whatever.
You have to do it, but be careful.
When I actually have to pay the fine for making that TikTok.
Well, no, keep
the date. Sorry.
It started at midnight like last night to 12 p.m. tomorrow.
Okay.
Silly string's not allowed.
So it's a little 36-hour window where you. But my question is, what if on the second we can just like do whatever we want?
At 12:01 p.m. What happens tomorrow?
The purge. Yeah, that's coming later, but
the silly string purge that's what's gonna happen.
Yeah, I understand that it's probably like a. I don't know. Is silly string associated with Halloween? I didn't even.
I think so. And like that, I think it's fun.
Where else would you use
Yeah,
it?
well, of course. I mean,
Where
it's
else would
gotta
you
be
use
fun.
it? I did some research, and people use it at their weddings a lot. Yeah, people just be spraying silly
Wow,
string.
I hate those people. That's crazy.
Like, imagine getting out in your wedding dress or wedding tux.
Yeah, like what point of the wedding do they use it?
When they kiss.
Yeah.
Yeah, if someone did that at my wedding, I'd find them too.
Yeah.
Yeah, put them
They
down.
need to go to jail immediately.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I mean, I don't.
But I took the sign. It's in my back seat. That way, like, if I do like the trench coat thing with the
you
silly
took the
string, people.
sign?
Yeah.
I
There
was-
was another sign next to it that said, "If you steal this sign." So maybe we should be.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, was it an actual like city sign?
It's like one of those corrugated.
It's like
a
cardboard.
Have you ever seen like the no parking towaway zone signs?
Yes.
The temporary
it's
ones?
one of those
It's one of
lower
those.
stakes. Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
I
and
would
it
say
was-
it's very metal if you took like the
An actual.
No, it wasn't a real one, and it was also on the ground this morning. I was walking to the Halloween store to get my like last minute costume, and I saw it on the ground, and it was literally fate. Like God wanted me to have that sign.
God wanted, yeah.
Yeah.
That's why God put it in your pocket.
Yeah. Mhm.
God put it in my
Wait,
hands.
what costume did you get last minute?
It's a cat, Sophisticat, to be more specific. So it had the choker.
Sophisticat like that. Oh yeah, now I have a clear mental image.
You know, the choker. It had a tail, ears, and like wrist
Little
cuffs.
furry cuffs.
Yeah, and it's all like furry. And then I'm just gonna wear like face paint. It's very basic, but I've never done a basic bitch Halloween costume. You know,
I
like
think it's
sexy
fun,
cat.
yeah.
So this is just the year where I just like do that.
If you're buying your costume the day of, it should be a cat.
Well,
That's
yeah,
just kinda
they
one of
had
the rules.
lots of options. You could do bunny, you could do mouse. Like
Yeah,
I
my
didn't.
cat's better.
They had ears for every animal you could think of,
Anteater.
except that.
Okay. Do you have plans for Halloween at all?
I'm performing at UCB tonight,
Oh.
the theater.
Oh, you're at the theater.
At 7:30, 8:30.
I'm performing at-
I should check.
Oh, well, I'll be. I'm working tonight, so.
Oh my god. I'll
You
be-
are? Oh yeah, me too.
Yeah.
We'll all be
You're-
there.
wait, you're
Okay, well, I'll be there. I guess I'll see you.
We
Cool.
yeah. We won't be at the theater, but we'll be 2 doors.
Are you
down.
doing like a Halloween themed thing? or-
Yeah, the theme is Monster Mash for this show.
Oh.
I think it's just like it's like normal improv, but then Monster Mash.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I can't ask you if you have any ideas because you're supposed to think of the ideas in the moment.
Yeah.
Okay, I won't make
I'll
you
send
think about
my
that.
PDF that I'm memorizing after the show.
I'll send you the scripts.
So where are you from?
I'm from Hollister, California.
Okay.
Yeah, which is like 4 hours north of LA, ish. And it's like sort of like it's the greater Monterey Bay Area. And I went to high school in Monterey, which is Big Little Lies town.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My grandma lived in Salinas, so I used to
Oh,
go
my
there all the time.
God, sounds
I'm from the
nice.
Bay Area.
Yeah. Wait, where are you from in the Bay Area?
I grew up in Redwood City.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
But I've been to Monterey a lot, but that's cool. When did you like decide on comedy, or I guess even this industry as a whole?
Totally.
Was there a moment, or?
Yeah. I don't know if there was like, I mean like, like seeing Wicked in 6th grade was life changing.
It's a core moment.
We say again.
That was a core moment.
A huge core moment for me, yeah. Because my cousin showed it to me in 5th grade, and I was like, "Whoa, this is good. Yeah, I like this." And I didn't really listen to like a lot of music, I guess, up until that point. And I really got into like musicals. But then seeing it, I was like, "This is what I want to do." So for a couple of years, I really want to do like musical theater. And I took singing lessons. And over the course of 3 years of singing lessons and like lots of community theater auditions, I learned that I was not good at it. They kept casting me in like the like comedic side role where they were like, just talk your lines. Yeah, like don't sing it. Don't sing it.
Kind of like talk it to like a tune, but you're not really singing.
Yeah, or they just didn't have any singing lines at all. But if I did, it was like really, really minimal. And eventually I was like, okay, I can read a room. But the room says, don't do this.
No more singing.
But I think through that, like, I was always put in like little like comedy side roles. And I remember my director in like the play I was in like in 7th grade, like specifically asked me to be like really hammy. And that's when I was like, oh wait, okay, people think this is funny. But then like after that, I thought I really wanted to be like a novelist. I was really into like fantasy novels in middle school and high school. But then there was like this one act festival at my high school, and I wrote like a comedy script for it. And I was like, oh, I really like this. And it's really like gratifying seeing people like perform your words. And that kind of think like led to it. And I'd done some like improv and like drama classes in like high school and stuff. And I like really loved Tina Fey growing up. Like another core memory was like her as Sarah Palin during like the 08 election.
Yeah.
Was like really, really huge. Yeah, and so then I was just like, I think I'll do this in college. And then I did. Yeah.
Yeah. So you weren't in Big Little Lies, right?
I'm in the background. Yeah, of every shot.
Actually?
Yeah. I'm an Easter egg. Yeah.
Oh, nice. I'll have to rewatch it then.
In both seasons?
Yes. I am Meryl Streep's lawyer in the second season.
I am in every shot of both seasons.
I'm in the background of every shot of Euphoria.
Really? What are you doing?
Did you watch Euphoria?
Of course.
Yeah. You know Lexi's.
You actually were.
You know Lexi's play.
You're in the play.
No, I'm in the audience watching.
Oh, actually though.
Yeah. I sat behind Zendaya and I had the time of my life reading her text like over her shoulder. Yeah, she was texting Tom Holland.
Wait, really?
Are you serious?
Yeah, they're like
amazing.
sending heart
Love is
emojis
love.
and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My God, that's the peak of your life so far. That's crazy.
Yeah, it was the whole cast. I'm wondering because like the whole cast is in that episode where they're like in the audience. So, yeah, except for Angus Cloud. May he rest.
Yes.
But yeah, Tom Holland was there on set too. He was like an inch shorter than me, which was really life-changing. And Zendaya was super pretty.
That's a core moment for you. You realize that you're taller than Tom.
Tom Holland. Yeah.
Yeah,
He
it was
towered
crazy.
over him.
It was crazy. And then watching Sam Levinson direct as well was like also crazy because he's like literally schizo. So
Totally.
so yeah.
Totally. Yeah, I hear he's a bad dude. Yeah.
Kinda, yeah.
Yeah.
Have you been in the background of any shows or what?
Not to my knowledge.
Right, because sometimes you just in them like.
Well, you know, I've
don't
had
tell
this.
you.
I've had this thought several times, not of shows, but just like thinking about being in Hollywood. How many photographs I must be in? Like thousands, because I've lived here for 13 years.
Yeah, right.
And there's no way that I'm not in like thousands of vacation photos.
Well, yeah, because I was watching a documentary on Megan Thee Stallion versus Tory Lanez shooting, right?
Right.
On HBO, and then like they did like dramatized footage of like where it occurred, and I literally saw like my old roommate in a shot like walking down the street. Isn't that crazy?
That is crazy.
yeah, it
Yeah.
happened right here.
The shooting happened like right outside my door. I didn't live here yet. It wasn't my door at the time,
Scary.
but now it is, which is crazy.
Wow. I thought I saw my friend at the end of the Eras Tour movie, but I wasn't totally sure if it was her. But it might have been.
Yeah.
They did. The camera crew did come to our row when they were filming for the movie.
Did you go to an LA show?
Yes, I went to the
Oh.
first SoFi because during the concert I saw like a chopper that kept like going overhead a bunch of times. I was like, "What's going on?" But it was a camera person, I think.
So you managed
Yeah.
to be one of the like you got a ticket to the show.
Yes,
Like, you bought one?
I was one of the.
I tried.
Yeah.
I tried and I didn't get any.
So sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, but I heard like people were like outside every show like selling some, but you never know who you can trust in those situations.
Yeah, and people
Yeah.
were like tailgating like the concert. But it was it's really fun. But they definitely didn't use any of my footage. I saw it recently and I didn't see myself. because they were honest during All Too Well 10-minute version. And I was really into it, but then I was like going in between using earplugs and not. And during the end of that section, I was putting my like fingers over my ears. So I probably looked like I wasn't enjoying myself.
Yes, they were like, yeah, we cannot use any of this footage.
But really, it was like you can hear it great still. When you
No,
move
it
your
actually
fingers, yeah.
it kind of EQs the music better. So when you do that, you can hear it, like makes the bass less overwhelming and everything kind of evens out. I do that all the time at concerts.
Yes. That's what I don't think I was having that specific language, but like that's sort of what I was feeling.
Yeah,
I was
yeah,
like,
yeah.
I think this sounds better.
I'm sure Taylor
Yeah.
understood.
She pointed me out.
Yeah,
She
she's
said,
nervous.
"Stop it."
She said, I see some of you guys covering your ears, but I know it's just to EQ the music.
Yeah.
The bass is really overwhelming.
She's like, when I release Taylor's version, make sure you do that too while you're listening to it.
Did you like 1989 Taylor's version? I know it just came out.
I really did. I mean, I've heard the fall tracks, and all of them were really great. I really like Suburban Legends. That's my favorite.
Okay. Yeah, so you're how big of a Taylor Swift fan would you say you were? Like on a scale of 1 to 20?
20. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm quite big. Yeah, I'm like deep in. And for a long time, I remember I was there when she had curly hair, and
Wow.
when she straightened her hair for red, it was that was really hard. Yeah, that was a tough
Yeah.
period in my life. That's a core memory. as
Yeah.
well.
The first Taylor album I listened to in full was Folklore.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I had never really like gotten into her like that before.
Yeah, Folklore's a good
Yeah,
one.
it was really good.
Yeah.
It was the pandemic. I could give it like my full attention. I didn't have anything else to do, so like,
Have you gone back and like look at her other albums?
not really. No.
That's okay. That's okay.
That's so sweet of you to make us feel okay about that.
Yeah, of course. I want you guys to feel comfortable on my podcast. Yeah. In my apartment.
In my studio.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I liked 1989, but yeah, the like Red, the Fearless, the debut album. I don't think I've heard a single song from the debut album.
Really?
Yeah.
You
Our
haven't.
song?
No,
Tim McGraw?
like a few seconds.
Oh.
That however long it took you to press the pause
No, it was
button.
like a few seconds in the middle of the song.
How did you find yourself in that scenario?
I don't know. It was a really long time.
You were just
ago.
walking through a small room.
I blacked it
That
out.
was-
I can't remember.
That reminds me of a game I used to play with my friend in college of like, have you guys played like He's Perfect in Every Way? It's just like the premise is like he's perfect in every way, but like he's a furry. Like he's tailor made for you. He's like your perfect partner, etc. Or she or they. And one that I did with my friend was like he's perfect in every way, but if he hears 15 consecutive seconds of Mambo number 5, he'll kill someone wherever he is, and he won't get arrested for it, but he will murder someone. Then you just kind of have to like deal
And he
with it.
constantly gets away with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's gotten away with it every single time.
Yeah, so it's really just a question of like, are you comfortable potentially with murder? Yeah. Or being like somebody, I don't know, complicit? Or do you think you can remove him from that environment quickly enough?
Yeah.
You know?
Do you think you can stop Mambo number 5 before second 15?
Yeah, 50 seconds is it's not a lot.
No.
You have to find the source and cut it off, or you have to get him
Yeah.
out of there quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because like, what if?
If you plug his ears, then it just makes it sound better to him. And
Yeah, it just
It
EQs
equalizes
it.
it, yeah.
It might even shorten the time.
yeah, when you plugs
him.
his ears, it's 10 seconds.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the
murder.
concert was sped up when I had the earplugs in.
Yeah, but it'd be hard to cut it off at the source if you're in like a mall or something. You'd have
Yeah.
to like get out.
Yes, and then also like he might need a chaperone because what if you're not with him at a time? Here's Mambo number 5.
Oh, it goes for any time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
yeah,
I don't know. I'd probably have to let him go.
totally.
No, I'm in there. We're making it work. Especially if he's getting away with it every time.
He's not getting arrested.
Yeah.
You're not losing any valuable quality time with him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If my
yeah.
love language was quality time, I would stick by his side. But
Totally. What
it's
is your love like? Gifts?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy that
It's
you do
gifts.
that so
Like-
quickly.
Wait, is it actually?
Well, like I didn't know what it was, but now that you said that with such like fervor, I'm like, oh yeah, no, it is.
I think mine. It used to be gifts in middle school because I like made boxes for my crush.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
cute.
I like bought
what was-
wood boxes from Michael's. Then I would like burn wood burn them and paint them, and then be like, I just made this box for you.
Oh, nothing was in it. It was just a
Yeah,
box.
just a box. Yeah,
Oh, that's cute.
You could put whatever you want in it. That's kind of
Yeah, then they
Exactly.
can use the box.
exactly.
Okay, that's cute.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say gift giving.
That's that's how you express love. Do you have a different love language that you like to receive love?
That's a great question. Quality time. I think so. I think that's also like that. I feel like that is the best one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not to rank the tier of them, but I think it's just like, yeah, spending time. That's what it's all about.
Yeah, that should be the main point of like. Yeah.
Yeah, I've been seeing tweets that are like when men say their love language is physical touch, it's like, oh, really? No way. That's
Gross.
crazy.
Yeah.
That's so shocking.
That's crazy. Yeah. So Taylor Swift. How did we go from Taylor Swift to that?
I don't know. That's a great question. I was gonna ask, what is this LA? The skyline
it is
behind?
LA.
Nice.
Yeah.
It'd be funny if it was just an entirely different city.
It's like Australia.
Like
yeah.
Tulsa. Yeah.
Or
yeah,
New
no, it's
York
LA.
pre 9/11, just the Twin Towers up there. Maybe we can change it next season. Like each season, we have a new.
We should just on 9/11. We should put the Twin Towers up there to honor.
Well, we already did our 9/11 episode.
Yeah, we had.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah,
How was it?
It was really good.
it was probably maybe our strongest episode to date.
Yeah.
yeah. It just brings the best out of us, you know.
It's just on our minds because we were just watching Friends, and they have like a lot more
Literally
shots of
every-
the Twin Towers than I remember.
Yeah. Literally every B-roll is.
Yeah, it's
the
just
Twin
like
Towers.
it's just like pan shot of like the Twin Towers.
Wow.
We were watching because Matthew Perry just died,
Right.
and he played Chandler.
Yes. Yeah. So yeah. No, so thank you for telling me that, because I do. I have never really seen Friends.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm unfamiliar.
I would love to see the Venn diagram of people that are Taylor Swift fans and
And
people that
Friends.
are Friends fans.
I feel like it's mostly a circle.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I would think that you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm the one outside
Yeah,
the other
right,
circle.
yeah,
They leave room for me. Yeah.
They hold space. I have a Friends tattoo. That's like the dots in between each letter of Friends, like in the logo.
Oh, we cute.
Kind of, yeah.
Oh, my God. Hey.
I got it when I was.
there.
I got it like on my 18th birthday, and I'm 23 now. So, like, I still like the show, but I probably wouldn't get a tattoo of it today.
Totally. Now
Well,
it's
you
Friends
already
free.
did. Yeah, and it's permanent.
Well, you can remove tattoos,
Yeah.
so it's not
Anyone?
permanent.
Yeah. That's my tattoo artist always says that. He'll just be like, let's get this perfect because it's going to be on forever. And then he'll continue tattooing and be like, well, I guess you could get it removed. Like,
What is? Has anyone had a tattoo removed?
No,
I haven't had one removed.
I was thinking about getting this removed though,
Nice.
just to have the experience of getting a tattoo removed.
Don't do that. Just get a worse tattoo and then get it removed.
Maybe I'll just remove one of the dots.
Or you can like do that thing where they like like make a new tattoo that incorporates the old
Yeah.
one, you know, and like
What could they make, though,
recontextualizes it. That's
out
a
of
great.
dots?
You just add the letters. You know, and then, yeah.
I had a brilliant idea.
Just fully commit.
It's the entire logo. Do you have any tattoos?
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
I'm afraid.
Yeah.
No. The permanency freaks me out.
Mm-hmm.
One time I got really stoned and almost started to have a panic attack that my tattoos are permanent. I was looking at myself in the mirror and I was just
No,
like,
it happens sometimes.
Yeah.
It happened to me a few days ago. I was looking at this and I was like, wow, that's like really there.
Yeah.
Like, I can't wash it off, nothing like that.
yeah.
I don't know, it's kind of freaky.
Yeah, it is a little weird. And then I have so many that I'm just like, the process of getting these removed I just couldn't even go there.
No, you couldn't. Yeah.
It would be.
But I might do that and report back.
Yeah, let us know.
My tattoo
Yeah.
artist has gotten many terrible tattoos on his face and he's been getting them removed.
Oh my. On his face.
Yeah, not that they were bad, like the symbology was bad. They were just poorly executed. They just looked bad aesthetically.
Totally.
And I think if you're like a tattoo artist, it's kind of like if you go to the dentist and his teeth are fucked up, you're like, I
Yeah.
don't want to be here, you know?
Right. Well, totally. I think with tattoo, at least if they looked good, then it'd be like, okay, he's artistic. He's got a good eye, but I guess just placement.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Just doesn't have good self-judgment.
Yeah.
The thing with the teeth too is that I went shopping for like Invisalign doctors, and some of them had fucked up teeth, and I was like, well, wait, I don't want Invisalign from you. Like the guy I'm getting Invisalign from, his
I
teeth
thought
are like
Invisalign
straighter
was
than
like
any
through
teeth
the
I've
mail
ever
or
seen.
something.
No,
They just like you send them.
well, like if they're like there's orthodontists, and if their teeth are fucked up, it's kind of like I don't want Invisalign from you.
Yeah.
See Billie Eilish's orthodontist. She
Yeah,
did
her teeth
Invisalign,
are-
yeah.
Someone else did Invisalign. Oh, my orthodontist did Alexa Demi's teeth.
Wow.
Yeah, he has a photo with her, but she's in sunglasses and a mask and a hat. So like, I only know it's her.
Trust
'cause
me.
she's like,
Trust me.
It's Alexa.
I promise.
it was just me in a wig. I know he wants celeb clients because he's always asking like me about acting. He's like, so how's acting these days? And I'm like,
He's just praying that
strike is still happening. I can't really do anything.
Yeah.
he's your biggest fan. Just
Kinda, yeah,
for
no.
self-serving.
He wants me to blow up so he can like take a photo and then. I'm
Just
working
take the
really.
photo now and get it out of the way.
I'm working really hard for my orthodontist, basically.
Yeah. He's booking auditions for you. Oh, yeah. Acting as your agent. Putting up for stuff.
My orthodontist / agent is one of my favorite people. But yeah, I work really hard for him because
You
no
gotta
one
have
no one
some-
motivates me like
you
that.
gotta have someone
Yeah.
to work hard for. So.
Yeah, he keeps my teeth straight.
In your career.
What more can you ask
Yeah.
for? You know?
Yeah. He does. Yeah, he clearly has your best interest at heart.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I never thought about.
No one else cares about my teeth, like he does.
I sure don't.
I think your teeth look great.
Thank you. Thanks. They've been like 2 years in the making.
So this is this. I'm seeing the process. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm seeing down
yeah.
the line. Okay, I was gonna say. Yeah,
This is the
seems
product
pretty
of
good.
like I started them, did it diligently for a year, stopped wearing them. They shifted, went back, had to get more.
They do. They do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a retainers.
You have beautiful teeth. Did you get braces or anything, or that's just
It's God given.
It's just how you came out?
no braces. I wish it was
Okay.
God given. I had them from like 5th through like 8th grade. Partly, I got them off right before like Thanksgiving in 8th grade. That was
Just
a
in
big,
time.
yeah,
Yeah.
that was huge. And I was one of those people that was kind of annoying. Was like, I kind of miss my braces. I think I like good in braces.
Yeah. It was like an event when you got them like tightened or like bands on or whatever.
Yeah, and I don't know. Yeah, it was kind of fun.
Yeah. I would have gotten them, but by the time I realized I wanted or needed them, it was just too like I was in high school. I was like, I don't want to be in high school with braces. You know?
Really.
Yeah, I have a friend, or like not really a friend, but an acquaintance who it fully did adult, like as a 28-year-old adult braces. I just think
Yeah,
that's
I know,
psychotic.
I can't.
There's no way that looks.
I went on a date with a guy who didn't tell me he had braces, and I saw them when I got there.
Right. Did they have
And
fun
it's like-
bands though?
Yeah, they were like sapphire.
Did they have like the
really-
Batman?
They were pretty. They were
logos?
pretty, but I was kind of like, well, you are like pushing 30, so I don't know what to do about this.
Totally.
I ghosted them. Is that bad?
No, yeah. I think most ghosting is like the
Totally
best.
justified.
Yeah, I don't know. It's tough. I think the best case is mutual ghosting. I love when that,
yeah,
and it's
yeah,
just like no harm, no foul, whatever.
Yeah.
But I think if there is like communication from like the other person, it's like maybe they
Just
need
be like,
that.
hey, I need to
They
know
need,
if
like-
I'm gonna spiral or not right now. So if you could just give me a single
Yeah,
bit of
that's
closure.
what sucks. Through what he was. He hit me up again.
Oh, so you're a
After
monster.
the date, and he paid. He took me to the Four Seasons Hotel and paid for dinner.
Oh my god.
And he also drove like probably an hour and a half to get there because he lived like a little outside of
you're
LA.
You're a monster.
That's on
That's
him. That's on him.
crazy.
He had braces, no photos showing his teeth, no mention of them. And he
So
told
he knows.
he
So he
yeah.
might have been asking for.
So dinner was on him. Yeah.
As soon as he fixed his mouth to say hi to me, I was like, "Oh, dinner's on you." And he told me also on the date that he went south of the border to have his buccal fat pads removed before it was cool, because it was like,
In his face?
yeah, like the fat pads in your cheeks.
Right. Oh god.
Yeah, he got them out in Mexico. So he was clearly working
Did
on
he use the
himself.
term south of the border, or is that just you right now in this moment?
Is that wrong?
No, it's not
No,
wrong.
he
I just
didn't say
wanted
south of
because
the
it's a
border.
little folksier than you usually are.
Yeah.
He didn't say south of the border, no.
Yeah, okay.
No, he said Mexico. So I went to Mexico to get my buccal fat pads removed. Yeah. It was on him
so
that
he's
night.
upfront about that, but not about the braces. That's crazy.
Yeah.
He knows,
Yeah.
and if he's ever been ghosted in this brace phase of his, he knows. God,
I can't be the
inside.
first.
He knows damn well why he's.
I
been
can't be the first person to have been upset by that.
Yeah. What was Four Seasons, like that's fancy.
Yeah, it was really
What
fun.
yeah.
It was really fun.
You had a good time.
For me,
Yeah.
like looking outside of that, I was like, wow, this is a great time. Yeah, it was nice. Yeah, it was fancy. The food was amazing. We had like appetizers, entrees, and dessert. We got 2 desserts. We went really,
Wow,
we went
you were there
crazy
for a
that-
while. How long was this dinner?
It was a couple hours. I mean, I knew he drove, so I didn't want to just like bolt. And the food was
Like, I'm at
good.
least gonna waste 4 hours of your time before I ghost you forever.
Yeah, and I savor food. I don't just like gobble it up.
That is not
Especially
true at
'cause,
all,
like, I don't-
bitch. That is not true.
Just because you only see me eating like the chicken tenders at our bar, like I don't need to like savor that. I'm literally just trying to survive when I'm having those. But it's like 4 Seasons. Like when am I gonna be back there? You know, you never know when you'll be back.
You never know when you'll be back at the Four
Yeah.
Seasons.
You never know.
Ah, that's so true.
Because it was his idea. I didn't offer the 4 Seasons. I was just like, he's like, what do you like? And I was like,
Oh, so he knew that was also because of the braces. He was like,
Yeah. He pulled out all the stops.
Right.
Maybe I should hit him up.
Distracts from yeah.
Maybe it sounds like I
well,
should
how
hit him
long
up.
ago was this? I mean, he's gonna get him off eventually.
Yeah, it was like 2 years ago.
Oh yeah, he should not be.
They
yeah.
might
To
be
your
off.
face.
Yeah. But he was kind of busted outside of the braces anyway. So.
God, I hope he watches.
But he was a lawyer.
Oh, I know who you're talking about
There you
now.
go.
Oh yeah, you remember now?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It was a big moment in my life.
Huge. Lawyer at the Four Seasons.
Lawyer with braces at the 4 Seasons.
Isn't that a Taylor Swift song?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Folklore. Bonus track. Yeah, vinyl only.
That's gonna be a vault track on Reputation.
I hope so.
That's what I'm looking
God.
forward to though, because Reputation I really liked. So like vault tracks
Totally.
from that album, I feel like I'll be into.
I mean, I love Reputation. That was a great album, great era. I'm really excited to see if there's like, because there's in a Swiftie sort of lore history, there's like this rumored like album that never was called Karma. That was like what she was making before the Kim Kanye phone call happened, because that's what like inspired Reputation, or like a lot of
Right.
the songs, because it was like then she pivoted like kind of subject matter to kind of be more addressing like all that sort of stuff. And people are saying, speculating there's an album before that she was working on that was like, you know, about other stuff, and maybe had a different like soundscape as well than the other Reputation stuff.
There's just a song called Karma though, right?
She does now, yeah, from Midnights. And the no one knows for sure, like, I think it's like mostly like rumor / like unsubstantiated, but I think she probably was working on like new music that wasn't, you know, related.
Right.
Like that, yeah. Preceded all this stuff. And I'm interested in hearing that stuff.
Yeah.
How many times have you was Era's the only time you've seen her live, or
No. I've seen every concert except Fearless.
Wow.
Yeah.
I saw her in concert.
Wait, really?
Yeah, I went to the 1989 tour.
That was a good one.
Yeah.
Oh my god, 1989 is where a woman freaked out on me and my mom in the parking lot in Santa Clara. Santa Clara.
Santa Clara.
Shout out to the Bay.
And what do you mean freaked out?
We were all leaving and it was just like really poorly organized getting out. It was like the new, it was like Levi Stadium, I think. And there was like a line of cars formed to get out, and it was clearly like the main line, but then some genius like made a second line that jutted into the main one because they thought they could get ahead, and people were like humoring them kind of occasionally, like letting a car in, but it was like no, you guys like just should have gone a part of the main line. And then my mom and I are getting like close to like getting out, and then there's like we're meeting like where the lines are the jutting in line is a meeting with the main one, and this woman who's in the passenger seat and her daughter's driving like gets out of her car, and she literally puts herself in front of our car and like over the hood and is like, if you guys don't let us in, you like or just like you'll have to hit me if you guys want to go forward, or if you don't let us in.
So did you hit her or not?
I wish I did. Like that's something I actually do regret a lot. Was that she like we let them in because I was like, this is crazy, and then my mom's heard yelling at her, and then I rolled up the window on my mom and kind of put like child lock on. But I was like looking back, I was like, if I went like 1 mile per hour too, even what would she have done? Like it's not gonna hurt
she simply
her.
would have had to get out of the way. Like
I was just thinking you could just go so slow and like you're not gonna hurt her.
Slowly push her like away.
You're not gonna hurt her. She'd have to like choose to like lay all the way down and get ran over if that was the case.
Yeah, exactly. And even then, it's like I think she would have been fine.
A little like the tires aren't that thick. Like it's like
no, and she's the right in the middle. She would
exactly.
She just went right over her.
Yeah, but I do wonder about like what the liability of that situation is. I should have looked that up.
I feel like people would understand.
Well, yeah, because she is like it is her doing it like with knowledge and intention. Like she knows what she's doing. It's not like a jaywalk. Hitting a jaywalker as you do.
Totally different vibe and a different emotion that it elicits, at least for me.
Especially right after a Taylor Swift concert too. Like emotions are heightened. It's like I get it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think you could have been acquitted of any sort of like crime or whatever.
I think so, yeah. Taylor-induced insanity. Yeah.
Nothing happened crazy at my show. I was at Tampa.
And it was so surprising to hear that.
Yeah, I was
that nothing crazy happened at the Tampa show.
Yeah, and I think it was Halloween night. So like she.
Oh, wait, fun. She dressed as Olaf.
Yeah. 6 years ago this eve, she brought out Idina Menzel.
Yes. Okay, that was the same one. Yeah.
Yeah, and she was Olaf, and then they did like Let It Go or whatever, and then. Shawn Mendes like opened, I think.
He did.
And so did Vince Staples. There were a lot of people performing there that night.
Yeah. That was I forget who my openers were for my leg of the tour. Might have also been Shawn Mendes. Because for Eras I saw Haim, which was awesome.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah.
Now she's got Sabrina Carpenter opening for her.
Also cool.
Very cool.
Yeah.
You like Sabrina?
I like her. I enjoy her. I'm not like a huge fan, but I really I Love Nonsense. That's a great song. Yeah.
She just dropped a new song last night. Mm-hmm. Sabrina did.
Really?
Yeah.
What is it?
I don't know.
Nice.
I just saw her post it. I didn't listen. It was muted.
Turn it off.
You listen to 3 seconds.
You listen in the middle. Yeah.
I muted it, waited till it got to like the middle, unmuted it, and then went back to muting it.
And then said, "I've heard enough."
Yeah.
Do you see a lot of live music?
Or just not a lot of like I see like I go to at least like maybe 2 concerts a year. Like I've seen Taylor a bunch of times. I've seen Lady Gaga twice. I've seen Beyonce, not for Renaissance. I saw her for Formation. I've seen Ariana.
Me too. When do you see Ariana?
Dangerous Woman.
Me too.
Yeah. Whoa! I saw her. I forget where it was. It was in Chicago. There's an arena there. Mm-hmm. And I've seen Haim a couple of times. I've seen Carly Rae a couple of times. Mm. Yeah.
I saw Ariana like a month before the Manchester attacks.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah. So when it happened, I was like, oh my God. It could have been me. Like I just saw her.
Yeah, that's really
you know.
Scary. Yeah.
It was like really scary.
I don't know. That thing in the parking lot was pretty crazy too, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Similar.
It's kind of on par.
Just very close to the same level.
Yeah, I saw Ariana in Orlando, and that was the night that like some girl pretended to be my sister and sucked me into like the Q&A that she did, and I wrote. They had us write questions on slips of paper and put them in a hat that she was going to just like pull out of, and there's like 100 of us in there, so I just wrote like, "What do you want to be remembered by?" Which is like a stupid question, but I didn't think she'd see it. And then I wrote my name like Scotty, but I accidentally put 2 O's because I was like really nervous. So I tried to cross one out, and then it just said like said like Scooty kind of, and it was in Sharpie. Like there wasn't much I could do. It was a really small piece of paper.
How could you How could you be so nervous that you forget how
Ariana
to spell your
Grande.
name?
It was Ariana Grande, and I wasn't even
But that's
supposed to
been
be
your
there.
name for the whole time.
I know, but I was there against all the odds. And also
I'm not even supposed to be.
one
here.
of her main backup dancers is named Scott as well, so I didn't want her to think I was just making shit up, trying to like be like relatable or something.
So you intentionally wrote Scooty, is what you're saying?
No, subconsciously, I think. Yeah, because like
Did she read the question?
her main choreographers are Scott and Brian, and my brother's name is Ryan. So it was just, I was just like, I don't want her to think I'm like crazy, you know. So I tried to cross an O out or something, and that's why I was nervous. But whatever. And then she picked my question, and she goes, Scott. Just like literally stopped into a mic. She's like, it looks like it's supposed to be Scotty, and I had to stand up in front of everyone and be like, that's me. Sorry.
Hi.
Sorry, I'm an idiot.
And she goes, no, that's so cute. And, you know, I was like blushing or whatever. And then she's like, what do you want to be remembered by? Like, it was just embarrassing
just
all
wanted to
around.
roast you.
Wait, what did she say?
She was like, my music, I guess. And people laughed. People laughed out loud when she said that. And I was like, please just go to the next question.
Yeah.
Like, I know
like,
you're
I'm gonna
remember
leave, guys.
by.
Thanks for this.
She was really nice, though.
Yeah, I think
That
that's a
night.
good question.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I needed that.
Should we go to the questions portion
Yeah,
of this?
speaking of questions,
I would love.
We
to
have
hear
some
questions.
for you.
I would love some.
Okay.
What do you want to be remembered by?
My
what do you-
music. Yeah. I guess.
Yeah.
So we did this with Avery last episode. We just do like some rapid fire questions. They're kind of like not yes or no, but like some are like, what are your thoughts on this? How do you feel about these? Like, so are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. Right. Number one. How do you feel about Juliet balconies?
I recently learned what they are through you guys. I don't like them. I think they're teasing. I want a full balcony.
Yeah.
Or nothing.
Or not,
Yeah.
genuinely, or nothing. I think no, or nothing. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I think the idea that they're decorative, I think that's fun, but it's like I want to be able to go out on it. Especially like I really loved balconies growing up. Balconies and spiral staircases.
Yeah.
I love a spiral staircase.
Yeah.
I would love to live in a home with one at some point.
They're queer coded, I think.
I think so, because yeah, look how loopy they are, how crazy they are.
Right, because most stairs are just like a straight shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're
Yeah,
that's
kind of
so true.
funky. Yeah.
And I
What are
guess,
you up to, stairs?
yeah.
Yeah.
Where do you go up to?
Yeah.
What do you up to and where do you go?
Where do you go? Yeah, I would have a spiral staircase that goes nowhere.
Yeah,
Like I would have a
some go
one-story
nowhere.
home and just have one in the middle of the room.
That just goes
Yeah.
into the ceiling.
Yeah. Just
I
for
guess
fun.
for those who don't know, Juliet balconies are literally just like a railing that you can't step out onto. So that's what that is.
Yeah, it's I don't get yeah.
Just give me a goddamn window, you know?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Number two. Did you have a childhood nickname that was popular?
I had I mean it was called like Nick Tiff a lot in high school, and Tiff, and I guess Tiffany as well. Oh, and also when I played flag football, I was called Crazy Legs because I was very fast.
Okay.
Yeah, I still am fast.
Okay,
I still got
that's
it.
cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. Did you ever use that for anything?
The speed?
Yeah, natural speed.
Yeah. Now, when I exercise sometimes, last night, well, no, I mean, I used it poorly last night. I had a very scary encounter where I was at the front door of my home late at night and I saw movement out of the corner of my eye. And there's an abandoned home next door to my house, which is actually where we filmed one of the Vogue videos.
I know which one you're talking
yes,
about.
that one. And it really looked like there was someone in the abandoned house. I fully saw movement. It was really scary. And then turned out to be a possum, which was good. But I reacted really poorly. I did people watch horror movies. They're like, I would never, be like that with like fumbling with my keys. That was me. I was like, oh God. Yeah.
Yeah.
If it had been a person with malintent, I would
They
have
would have
gotten. I would have
easily-
been gotten. Yeah, I would have been so easy. Yeah.
Purged. She would have been purged.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Easy.
Number three. What radioactive site do you think is worth the risk of visiting?
Great question. I feel like I mean, I've seen photos. I mean, maybe this is like a gimme and all, but Chernobyl, the like some of the photos of like the like fairground. There's like a Ferris wheel or like theme park in like the town that looks very cool. So the stakes were low, or like risk was low. I would
Yeah. Okay. So one has to go. Borat, Weird Al Yankovic, Pete Davidson, or Joe Biden.
I think Pete Davidson.
Why?
Oh my god.
I'm just not super partial to him. But I think he seems great. Well, actually, it was Borat, Weird Al,
Pete or Joe?
Peter Joe.
Mind you, one of those is a fictional character.
To you.
Yeah. Right, Borat. Oh, okay.
Weird Al.
I actually think now with more thought and being challenged a little bit, I think I'm going to take out Joe Biden.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, we'll just edit that out.
Thank you. Redacted. Yeah.
So, of the remaining three, which would be Borat, Weird Al, and Pete Davidson, we'll do Screw, Marry, Kill.
Totally.
Who are you doing with those three? What are you doing with those three?
Pete Davidson, Borat, Weird Al. That's really hard.
Yeah, I bet you wish Biden was still in the mix, don't you?
I think marry Weird Al.
So
I think kill Borat. I think screw Pete. But I will say I'm not attracted to him. I don't. No, I think I can see the appeal, but it's not for me.
I feel the exact same way. I thought he was attractive, but then I watched Bodies while I was really high the other week, and it really something shifted when I was like looking at his face like for a prolonged amount of time. I was like, wait.
The longer you look, the worse it gets. That's definitely something about Pete.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you would screw.
Yeah.
In this
Of those
situation.
three,
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I don't think Borat's gonna. Yeah, in that current, I think Sacha Baron Cohen is actually. I think he's attractive, but like in that
I do. Yeah.
iteration, I think I have to kill him.
Yes.
I think I have to murder him.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Do you have a role model? Who's your role model?
I think Tina Fey. Yeah.
Okay.
Or I know Tina Fey. I'll say confidence Tina Fey. Redacted. Yeah, take that out.
What's a trend that you would never give into?
Oh God. God, I don't know. Like meth.
That's
really
I don't
trendy
know if that's
here.
a trend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's trendy here in parts of America. Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah,
It's very in right now.
Yeah, it gets been overtaken by opioid. Yeah. Heroin chic. Yeah.
Well, yeah. I guess we're old fashioned, but
Here,
Call me
this is a
crazy.
meth household.
yeah.
This is a trap house. What's the first thing you thought of this morning?
What is the first thing I thought of this morning? I think like honestly, one of the first things I did was like check the Spotify charts when I woke
For
up.
what?
To check in on Taylor.
Yeah, Taylor and Olivia. Yeah, those are kind of like reading the trades, reading the morning news for me.
Checking
Yeah.
the stock price.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that was one of the first things I did. I don't know what my thoughts were. I think thoughts were good for Taylor.
Is it like stocks? Like you're feeling good if she's high up, and like it's a bad day if she's kind of low.
I don't really like. I don't get too invested in like the doing super well or super bad on the charts. I like following charts, kind of like sports. Like I think it's interesting. Overall, like not just for like Taylor and Olivia, but like for everyone. I think like chart like placements and like records and all that are cool.
We should start chart betting, like people do on horses and
Oh,
stuff.
that's such a good idea.
Yeah, we
That'd be
should bet
fun.
like where pop divas are gonna like chart on the Billboard Hot 100.
Yeah, but then like you could never bet on Taylor because she's always going to debut one, no matter what.
Always.
I mean, look at the
charts.
charts, man.
Then look at the charts.
Okay. It's The Purge. All crimes are legal for one night. What are you doing?
Silly string.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Doing what?
Silly string.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah. Specifically on October 31st.
There's just murder and robberies
Yeah.
happening behind you, and you're
I'm just
giggling.
having fun. Yeah. And non silly string answer. Oh God, maybe I'd like steal stuff that I could sell for lots of money.
Financial
More the
gain.
next day, yeah.
Yeah, I just do a lot of white collar crime.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
money launder.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's good.
Yeah.
Just credit card fraud all day.
Yeah, just do some really like kind of heady, heady crimes. Yeah.
Some
I just
highbrow
commit tax
crime.
fraud for a couple hours. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I would steal like some art or like maybe hit up a nice museum. Maybe I'd go back to the Four Seasons.
And wow.
Dine and dash at the Four Seasons.
Yeah.
Is your purge crime.
Honestly, I think that would be like, you know, if you could like ensure like your safety, that would be like the most fun thing to do during the
Right,
purge. Kind
yeah.
of like low level things that are like technically illegal, but like no, like yeah, like dine and dash, like have a great meal and then not pay for it.
Yeah, I would barricade myself inside of a really nice restaurant. It'd
Where
be
the
like a
staff
regular.
is fully working.
Yeah, it'd be a regular night where they're all working, and then it's be like, okay, I'm leaving, and there's not anything you can do about it.
If they don't give us the purge off at our restaurant,
But then they have the option to murder you or something, and like
Yeah.
no one's gonna check them,
Right.
which is likely. It would happen. Yeah. Next question. Favorite childhood memory.
Favorite childhood memory. Oh, I mean, maybe seeing Wicked for the first time. Yeah, that was big. That was huge.
Are you gonna see Ariana's Wicked?
I will.
Part 1.
I'm a little nervous for it, but
Me
I'm
too.
excited. I'm going in hopeful.
Me too, but why are you nervous?
I think just because I think she's like Ariana. I'm not nervous for Cynthia Erivo. I think she's gonna be really, really great. She's like an amazing singer. I think just like because Ariana hasn't done really any like acting since Victoria. I guess she's in like Hairspray Live. But I also think like Glinda is like I think it's the tougher acting role like in
Yeah.
Wicked. There's like a lot of like nuance and like especially in Act 2 like Thank Goodness. I don't know if you guys know that song, but it's like very like she's basically taught like singing about how like she's gotten everything that she's wanted that she wanted like Act 1, and now she's gotten it, but it's not like the way she imagined, and she kind of basically like, kind of sold out to like get what she wanted, and like is engaged to Fiero, like the main like love interest, but he doesn't really like love her anymore, and it's just like kind of like monkey's paw like esque. And it's like really sad, and I think it's like hopefully she nails that stuff. That's what I'm nervous about, is nailing the sort of like serious beats and then not just being like full, because I think Glinda's really easy to like just caricaturize into just like sort of like an airheaded like funny ditzy role. Like there's lots of people who just kind of play it like crazy and then like don't nail the like the sincerity of it.
Yeah. Well,
That's
the people that she auditioned for said that she moved them to tears.
I mean, I'm really hoping. Yeah,
I want to be moved to tears. Yeah.
And that's what I really hope they would not cast her if she didn't like have an amazing
She wasn't right
audition.
for the-
yeah, exactly. Like because I think it's like that's what the optimist part of me believes. One part of me is also like, she's also Ariana Grande, which is like a huge name, and like So, but I'm hoping. I think, and she's like a huge she started out on Broadway. She loves Wicked, so I do think she's like very
do
invested.
it. It's just is she going to do it on this specific?
She started on 13. That was the
Yes,
musical.
yeah.
I almost had my Ariana Grande moment. I probably could have been as big as her.
She's from Florida.
Yeah, but I wasn't. I tried to be in 13 at my local theater, and my mom wouldn't let me because there was a moment where two boys kiss in it. And it was like a moment where like they both try to lean in to kiss a girl, and she ducks at that moment, and they end up kissing each other by accident because they're like in a
Accidental homosexuality.
my existence.
Stumbled into it.
Yeah, and when she happened upon that moment in the musical, she was like, "You're not auditioning for that."
Wow, jokes
So
on you.
I
Mom.
probably-
You would have been as big. You
I
might have
could-
been bigger
yeah,
than
I would have, yeah.
You can do whistle tone too, just
Yeah,
like
I can
Ariana.
whistle tone.
Wait, really?
Yeah. I'm not gonna do it here.
Okay, totally. I'd like to hear it post. Yeah.
It's for the Patreon. On the Patreon, you can hear his whistle.
Yeah,
being
and
hurt.
whistle toning is probably more impressive as a man than it is a woman. So it's like,
I'd say so. Yeah,
Yeah.
more unlikely.
Yeah, the
yeah.
odds are stacked against you for sure.
yeah. So that thing's blinking. Is that a problem?
Yeah, I don't know what that means.
Okay. So I could have been up in that league with Ariana.
Yeah. She would have found a sister. A sister in Whistledown.
I would have been the gay brother that she never had.
Yeah.
You would have just
Racing.
replaced Scott in her life.
I would have replaced Frankie Grande in her life.
So true.
So there's 3 more questions left. What show would you not allow your child to watch if you had a child?
Oh, great. That's a great question. What show would I not let them watch? I don't know, the Joe Rogan Experience. Yeah.
We're competing with him now.
Jordan Peterson's, videos.
Yeah.
But otherwise, like, I feel pretty open to media. Like, at least in terms of like inappropriate. Like, I started watching stuff like South Park because of my brother when I was like very young, and got desensitized like pretty quickly. Or like, I think that like did inform like a lot of my sense of humor. But like, I don't think like it's a super big, like, it didn't make me like become like
A terrible person.
Yeah, or like curse a lot or affect like my language or how I behaved at all. Like,
okay, that's good. Yeah. I have Jordan Peterson's book in the trunk of my car.
Do you? Oh my god,
wow.
I'm gonna pull it out at some point. Yeah.
You've read 3 pages in the middle of it?
I went to the middle of it, read a few pages.
You read it only when driving. Yeah. It's
like
a driving book. Yeah.
It's like I tried recently like just keeping my vape in the car only, so I only vape when I'm driving.
Oh, that seems
That's what I do with Jordan's book. Yeah.
Put it up in the windshield.
Okay. Where were you on January 6th, 2021?
The Capitol.
What
I hope that clears things up.
Yeah, okay,
it does.
okay.
That's all-
No
all that
follow-up
needs to be said
question.
to that.
Who do you think is an industry plant?
Great. I don't believe really in industry plants. I mean, I think a lot of like what people call industry plants is like, yeah, that's what a musician, what that's on a record label is.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
like, cause I remember
They're putting money behind you being in front of people. And
it's like, like I remember like when Olivia Rodrigo came out, there was like people accusing her of being industry plants. Like, no, she signed to Interscope. Like, that's a huge like record label.
Yeah.
It's like, she's not like pretending to be an indie, like she's a singer songwriter, but that's not the same as being like an indie musician.
Right.
And, I think so. A lot of people like that are really not like. I think like people use that like. I just like that's there's a subreddit pop heads where people throw around the term industry plant all the time when it's like not, or maybe not even pop heads specifically, but like on TikTok and stuff. Where I'm like,
TikTok,
I don't think,
it's a huge.
yeah. Where I'm like, I think you guys don't know what that phrase means.
Well, yeah, and it's like, what's the benefit if they were a plant? Like, what is the goal?
I think it's supposed to be like people think they're more authentic, like kind of like a rags to riches. Like, I think it's the like power feeling like you like discovered someone of like, oh, this like, just like, for indie songwriter on like TikTok just like blew up. And it's like, versus I think it feels like more cynical if it's like someone backed by record label.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I've seen some people on TikTok where it's like a band and it seems so contrived, and it's like they just sound like if you fed an AI every Blink-182 song and then like this is what comes out, and people will just be going in on the comment section. And I think it's because it's generic and like disingenuous, and so they're latching onto that term without really even necessarily understanding what they're implying with the term industry plant. Because like you said, that's like the point. If you're signed to a label, like
They've been planted in the industry,
Yeah.
right? And then you water them and they grow.
Exactly. Yeah.
So-
as they do.
Wow.
Yeah.
No, it is kind of like how like I also like an incel is like, I feel like that's a term that's evolved beyond like what it literally
Definitely, yeah.
means. Like someone, like if you describe someone as incelish, like everyone knows what that means, but it now means more than someone who's literally like not having sex or is like,
Someone who's neat.
Wait, say again?
Neat, N-E-E-T.
I have never heard of that.
Not not educated, employed, or in training. NEET. Yeah.
I gotta start using that more.
Yeah. I think that should replace incel because, like you said, it's left its like neighborhood, and you can just call someone neat.
Yeah.
You know.
I like that. I like that a lot.
Because they put the word incel on the poster for Bottoms. I don't know if you saw that movie.
Wait, they put it on the poster?
Yeah, with Rachel Sennett and A.
Oh yeah, I love Bottoms. It's great.
Yeah, but no, the poster says like the female in bloody incel lesbian movie that Hollywood's
Right.
making or
Oh, yeah,
something.
yeah.
Yeah,
That
it
was, like,
literally
the
says incel on it, and I'm like, wait, who's an incel here?
Yeah, and I guess it's like they're literally incels in like the original term, but like how based off of like culture and like what it means now, it's like they're definitely not like
Right.
yeah, and how most people understand it, like, you know,
Yeah.
colloquially, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was gonna say about industry plant, like Gail, do you know she's the one who sings like A B C D E F U.
Yes, yeah.
She like is also signed to like a major label, so she's not an industry plant, but like she did do something that was a little bit like planty, which I thought was just like it's like good marketing. But for that song, the way it came out was like someone commented on a TikTok that was like, can you write a song that incorporates the alphabet? And then she replied to that comment and sang A, B, C, D, F, U. And then it seemed like she made the song in response to this comment, and it seemed like organic. But then it turned out like someone tracked down did detective work on who left the comment, and it was someone who works at her record label. So it was like
The song was pre-written.
yeah, it was like pre-read, and
Yeah,
they
yeah.
just did it as like a publicity stunt. But I
Yeah,
was like,
I mean,
that's
that's as close
yeah.
as I think you can get to being an industry plant, where it's like, because what people mean is like, this isn't genuine. That's what they're trying to get at, and that is genius marketing to intentionally do that. But I think when people use that term, that they might be trying to say something along those lines, like you're displaying this as if it was like this organic moment, and it wasn't.
Yeah. We're just preparing for when people call us a podcast plant.
right,
Because
and
it's
it's
inevitable.
coming.
Yeah,
it's definitely
I've seen
coming.
it on the boards.
Yeah.
yeah.
All right, well, that's all the questions we have for you. Unless you had any for us.
Yeah. Oh.
And I'm pretty sure the camera stopped recording.
Yeah, it did.
Okay.
All right. Well,
Not sure what to do with that information.
we'll just sit with it for a while. No, we can wrap up. And it'll just be audio at the end. Well, thank you so much for coming
Thanks
on.
for coming on.
Yeah, of course. Thanks for having me.
This was a blast.
Yeah, it really was.
Yeah, you should plug yourself, I guess. What's like your
Oh,
preferred method of...
yes. You can find me on TikTok at nick.tiff, Instagram on Nick Tiffs, and I perform at UCB in LA on every other Monday on Herald Night. On my team is called Gag. Yeah.
Awesome.
Love it.
All right. Well, thanks for tuning in, guys. As always, you can catch us, well, kind of weekly. They come out when they do on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube. Thank you, guys. Love you guys.
Bye.